Well, good afternoon and welcome back, National Soccer League fans. Our penultimate game of Week 7 action, and we are live here from Chicago, Illinois. The Pink Nightmare desperate to get a win, and they've only got one this entire season. It came all the way back in Week 1. They are in the worst run of form in the entire league. 5 straight losses after their opening day win. And a chance with the team sitting directly above them in 20th. The Boomers coming to visit them today, who are on a little losing streak of their own with 2 in a row, to get back to winning ways. There to watch is Nasser Voigtens on the day. Another suspension for Kilian Koenig, his second of the season for the Pink Nightmare in just the opening 6 matches. So more pressure will be increased on Voigtens and co. today. Let's get a look at the 2 starting lineups for these 2 teams on your screen in just a moment here as they make their way across the pitch. The Pink Nightmare home team here wearing their pink jerseys. The Boomers in their traditional home kit of blue and gray. Lineup news is on its way, just waiting for that graphic to pop up on the screen now. Should be any second. And have to see what the Pink Nightmare have chosen to do here in the absence of their starting left midfielder in Kilian Koenig. Let's get a look now at the lineups here as we and the home crowd take in the atmosphere around Klein Avenue. There it is at long last, year starting 11. Nico with the first start of the season filling in for the absent Kilian Koenig, and it's a mix-up in the front too. Jonas Thoresen is up front again, but Davi is playing on the left wing, so actually Nico taking up that center attacking midfielder. No other changes to speak of. For the Boomers, no changes to their team either. Marcus Grosz trying to grab would be another goal for him. 3 goals in his first 6 games in the National Soccer League, and looking to continue his relatively warm start as the #1 overall pick in this year's draft. To see if the Boomers can get back to winning ways. A chance for one of these 2 to end their streaks. The emphasis certainly on the Pink Nightmare with 5 games in a row lost. Good news for them is Jonas Thoresen finally broke his scoring duck. First goal for the Pink Nightmare came last week against his old club, of course, in the Manticores. It's a tight loss there, a 2-1 margin of defeat to the then league leaders. Boomers were defeated last week at home by the also league leaders, the Wyvern Riders. So tough matchups as Davi circling here. Great chance. A good save from Diria. Davi, who has been struggling in recent weeks, and his team has been feeling it, starting brightly here in Klein Avenue, just what the doctor ordered to get the party started. Good chance. Great stop from Diria. Voigtens takes it short to Laurent Cartier. Showing his feet out. Ponchacao and Davi. Davi has time on the turn. Thoresen. Nico going to whack one, and Okonkwo got in the way. Philippe Turin to send it far out of harm's way. Turin with the no-look backwards header. Cleverly done. Cartier. Nice ball. Nico driving! Oh, wow. Spun wide. Diria was frozen to the spot. Never not afraid to let the shots fly. I think that's been a point of emphasis. That one always tailing away, just slices it. But they've been too cautious and tentative with the shooting efforts this season, so trying to get some pressure on the goal early here. Now the Boomers have it. Forward with Viktor Kombomarov. Kombomarov! Nice change of pace. Van Laar stumbled and was able to stagger out to the ball and capture it just in time. Kombomarov breaking the line, but quite having the turn of pace needed to get there ahead of the goalkeeper. Touch from Davi. Almost walloped into him by Cartier. Davi trying to go on from Okonkwo. Going to be a yellow card here. A bit of a harsh call for the referee. First foul of the game is a booking for Nnamdi Okonkwo. Maybe the referee saying it was cynical in the sense that it stopped the counterattack from the home side. Davi certainly giving him a piece of his mind. Roan is capturing the footage here. The angle on field for Ponchacao. And not a shooting position here, but might be able to whip it across here. Miguel Ponchacao. He is going to shoot it, actually, and it was maybe a bit of a silly decision because that was going to be difficult even if he got it right, and it's safe to say he did not. Good kick for Diria. Remember, have let 4 shots go already in this game, which is an improvement, but only 2 have managed to find the target. Both were saved by Diria. So, continue their efficiency rather than just looking for quantity over quality. Going to be a balance in that regard. Here comes Okonkwo. Boomers have struggled to have possession. The Pink Nightmare have done well to keep it at their feet. That one goes long, and Ben Lahr is out to collect it. In a sense, the Boomers are just trying to weather this opening storm in front of the home opposition here. Take their moment to get forward. Tesarik is there, just about across to cut it out under pressure from Voigtens, and the audacity with his back alone to the goal to pull off the skill move there. That was brilliant from Tesarik, who continues to dazzle in the left back position. Nice ball for Giancarlo Rocca to chase. Craner has to put it out for a corner. First of the match for the away side here. It is 20th versus 21st place here. A chance for one of these two teams to move out of the bottom six. And the win in regulation time would be the best recipe for that success. Here is Rocca's corner. Not a great ball. Actually, kind of floating into a relatively dangerous area, but Zandino did well to settle that ball down. Gross trying to shot, and Van Ganetchkin was in the way to block it. Nico. Martier, clever footwork there. Nico sends it long, looking for Davi. Measured ball is a nice one. Thorierson has it. Nice flick on from Jonas Thorierson, but I think he used an arm in the control out of the air. Disappointing way for that attack to end. Turin to launch this ball forward. Kombamarov holding it up with Friedrichs in support, but Ponchikow wins it back. Nico on the turn now. Sir Voigtens to Thorierson. Looking behind Horton, but he was not going to be fooled by that, and Voigtens gave it away. Friedrichs now switches the play. Lovely long ball to Foster Trader, well controlled. Kombamarov trying to feed it forward, but no one making the run. Foster Trader made it his ball though. And Foster Trader circling, Friedrichs in support. Inside to Jandinho, Kombamarov, Marcus Gross! Lovely team move and a good strike, but straight at the goalkeeper. Good save from Ben Lahr. Gross showing again the danger he possesses in front of goal. Nico sending it forward for Voigtens. Tesarik defending again, out for a throw-in. Are putting a lot of emphasis on the wide areas when they start these attacks. Another throw-in for the Pink Knight. Voigtens takes it into Craner, returns the favor to him. Nico towards Craner. Cartier to Toure. Toure gave it away. Tesarik again, the man there, getting the job done at both ends. Turin. Long, but again, no one on the same page for the Boomers. Van Lahr strolls out with his feet. And a couple touches in. Got to stay loose. You never know. Drago Craner. Nico. Jonas Thorierson. Moving along nicely here. Inside to Laurent Cartier. Davi trying to cut it back. Jandinho in the right place to make the interception there. Turin to Marcus Gross. Back to Friedrichs, who was trying to get away from Nico and was absolutely hacked down. Second yellow card of the game, the first for the home side. Nico, on his first start, is into the referee's book 29 minutes into the match. Friedrichs making the most of the challenge there. Certainly a foul. Ah! This is our second to last game of the week. Two teams that are really struggling to score goals, only 8 and 6 respectively for the Boomers and the Pink Nightmare. So we need to find some ways to break through here. It's not going to do it. The final game between the Condors and the Conductors, aka the Cond Derby, was a fun one to watch. Will bring us home. Should be a lot of goals in that one. Those two teams have been scoring for fun at the moment. Davi into Jonas Thorierson. He's gone for Nico. For Ponchikow, trying to get the corner in, and he does. A little roar from the home crowd, trying to urge the tempo, and you can see behind these attacks for the home side to get going here. This kind of feels, especially despite the fact that it's early in the season, like a must-win game. Just trying to get your season back on track. Here's Nasser Voigtens. Sliding it into the area, and Okonkwo is a good ball, but Well met by the defender in the end. Trainer couldn't keep it. Gross did well under pressure. Here come the Boomers on the counter. Giancarlo Roca, brother Charlo Juan Roca, drafted this year by the Pink Nightmare, is on the bench today. Here's Okonkwo. Driven in off, Ponchacao, it's out for a Boomers corner in front of the traveling fans who are on their feet trying to support their fleet. Boomers certainly have the advantage in the aerial sense. Philippe Turin, Marcus Gross, Victor Kombamarov, Clay Horton, all over 6'2". And Friedrichs get a good delivery in there. They've scored a couple of goals from set pieces this season. Friedrichs to take it. Swung in towards Graham. Boston Trainer! What a save from Van Laar! Really well worked. And a fine stop from the goalkeeper. Oh dear. This is bad. Nasser Voigtens has gone down. He does not look quite right. Slowly getting to his feet now, clutching his face, I believe it was in the fire. That header from Foster Trader and the subsequent save from Van Laar. Ray and Horton battling it out. Won the way of the Boomers. Here's Marcus Gross, eased on for Kombamarov into the box. Kombamarov pushed behind by Van Laar. Another corner. The Boomers continuing to up the ante here with 5 minutes to go in the first half, searching for the game's opening goal. Confirmation on the Nasser Voigtens injury there. It's a little bit dizzy out there. A blow to the head, I think. Here's Jandinho, Roca. Good skill from Giancarlo Roca. And Craner just able to keep it in play after the challenge. Here's Ruben van Genechten. Goalless draw, maybe not a surprise here given, again, the sputtering offenses of these two teams. To see if the second half will hold more chances for either side. Both goalkeepers in good form today. A couple of shots have come in and been saved duly by the net defenders. Okonkwo under pressure from Davi. Able to sort his feet out. Oh, Deary, a panicky moment there. Didn't know what he saw. He kicks it behind for a corner. That was a strange one. That save on the Kombamarov chance moments ago. Hit hard and low, but comfortable enough for Van Laar in the end. RTA to take. The Pink Nightmare sensing with this last minute of the half they need to try to score here. Home crowd trying to convey their message. Davi checking in short. RTA takes it to him. Great footwork from Davi. Jonas Thorierson trying to pinch it in there. It's off the arm, is it? It's a penalty! Oh no! George Friedrichs, the guilty party. Well, the Pink Nightmare have had their penalty woes. And the unfortunate thing, it's just silly from Friedrichs, like he's waving at it. He's walking the dog there. Nasser Voigtens was hit in the head earlier in this half. So have to see if he's taking effectively a dizzy penalty here. 12 yards out. Nasser Voigtens to break the deadlock. And he does! Cool as you like from the spot. Nasser Voigtens gives the Pink Nightmare the lead. Oh, he shouldn't be headbutting the corner. He's already been concussed. Straight down the middle from Voigtens. Sends Deria the wrong way. It ripples up into the net. Freak moment from Friedrichs, a silly penalty to give away, especially at this time in the half. The team has played well on the road and give away that penalty gives the lead to the home side. A gift from 12 yards. Nasser Voigtens has done it for the Pink Nightmare. And on the cusp of halftime as well, an important goal. Still seems to be in a great deal of pain out there though. Let's see how long he can continue into the second half. 4 minutes of added time, so that penalty did add a bit of a chunk. Chance for the Boomers maybe to fashion one last opportunity. Here is Jandinho. His turn, Cartier couldn't quite get it. Here's Marcus Gross. Does like to take on defenders for pace and power. Trainer did well, equal to the challenge. Roca swung in, good ball for Friedrichs, trying to atone for the penalty error at the other end. And able to be held by Van Laar, and that is the last act of the first half. The Pink Nightmare claiming the lead on a 45th minute penalty on the stroke of halftime. We'll be right back to see if there is more to be written in this tale in the second half after a short break on the National Soccer League Network. Welcome back, National Soccer League fans. A 1-0 lead to the home side here through a penalty handball incident. Classic. And the strange thing, Marcus Gross has been substituted off here at the break. Not sure what the decision was there, but Mingo Morrison coming on to replace him at halftime. You're not liking something with the tactics. Here is Morrison. And ball straight away! Deflected off of Harris. And it scuffs the inside of the post out for a corner. Villar was wrong-footed by this deflection. Ouch. It's Gabriel Harris where the sun doesn't shine. And lucky for him, it's the wrong side of the post out for a goal kick, or a corner kick. Friedrichs to take it. Still a chance for the Boomers. Back post ball towards Kombamarov. Not exactly cleared well. Here's Friedrichs through the traffic. Great save. Boston Trader, another great save. And Lahr is doing what he does best. And denies Boston Trader from point blank again. It wouldn't have counted anyway. He was offside. That about sums up Graham Boston Trader. Not really hit the heights expected on him. The family name struggles with both those things. Staying on side and finishing good chances. Two areas of his game he's got to improve. Here come the Pink Nightmare with their lead intact, but feeling like they need to do more. Davi. Cartier to Thorierson. Nico. Swept off his feet by Philippe Turin, but cleanly using every bit of that 7'1" frame. Absolutely titanic at the back, Turin is. Too much on it from Friedrichs, who's having a real struggler out there at the moment, and it's going to be a Pink Nightmare throw, but a substitution first. Sardinha making way for Quinn Doer. Midfield mix-up for the visiting Boomers here, their second change of the day. Davi. Cartier. Just inside to Nico. Back to Davi. Trying to get it away from Ocampo, but was under pressure immediately and couldn't hold it. Quinn off the bench. And ball straight away looking to feed Graham Boston Trader. He couldn't keep it under pressure. Very similar situation. Both teams struggling to possess the ball meaningfully early in the second half. Here is Craner. Out wide, Boston Trader on the return ball. That's nice, and into space he goes. Couple in the middle to pick out. Kombamarov is the target here. Flicked on behind him, and Ben Lahr was in the right place to see that header save. Approaching the hour mark here, the Pink Nightmare lead is still intact. A low-scoring affair, as many expected. The penalty goal from this man, Nasser Voigtens, the difference between the two sides. A real heroic performance from the vice-captain. Injury and then a goal to give his team the lead as it stands. Thorierson into Cartier. To Thorierson. He'll return the favor, Cartier, and then he got stuck, couldn't sort his feet out. Friedrichs. Perfectly timed ball. Mingo Morrison's on side here and tries the acrobatic effort. That was a real waste. You wonder if Marcus Gross had been that player, might that have played out differently? Again, perplexing change from the coach there. Harris. Voigtens into Thorierson. Not a lot of help in this attack once again, and now he has Voigtens outside, a couple runners inside as well. Toure. Nico. Laurent Cartier, great chance! Derriere once again in the right spot. These two goalkeepers are having an excellent showing. No goals conceded from open play yet. 65 minutes. Game hanging tightly in the balance. The lead is still intact, but it's a very slender margin. Not a convincing position at all. Now these sets for the corner might have another change here first. Indeed we do. Let's see who's coming on. Might be a Pink Nightmare change this time. Unless Thorierson's day is done. Now Bastian's coming on for the Pink Nightmare, mixing it up at the point of attack. Boomers making their final changes way. Caberton has made his way onto the pitch in place of, looks like Giancarlo Roca, I believe. And indeed, that is correct. Cartier. The 18-yard box. Nasser Voigtens. Maybe we can have a shot here. Langenechton. Harris. Moving around here, looking for an opening. Nico trying to turn his man. Concha Cow. Couldn't get that shot on target. Went to the wrong player in the end. The left back. Not so confident in front of goal from that kind of situation. Long ball towards Komarov. Nice header towards Keverton. Eased off it by Toure. Clean and competent tackle on the slide. Has the ball back for the Pink Nightmare, and he's got it back to Mika. Bastiens. Toure. Toure into the box, looking for Nico. Davi, and Boston Trader got the last second touch. It was an offside anyway on Nico. Wouldn't have counted. Well, this is our penultimate game of the week. Again, we'll have the Condors and Conductors in your match of the day coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern time here in just a short while. The conclusion of this one here. Still time for the Boomers to get an equalizing goal, or the Pink Nightmare to put it beyond doubt with a second goal. 20 minutes to play here, 1-0 lead for the home side. And Bomarov, chance here for George Friedrichs. Friedrichs into the area, good save by Van Laar. Again, he felt the footsteps and fired away the shot. Fiercely enough, beaten away by Van Laar. Curious to see the stats. The Boomers have had the better chances. They've had more chances, but that one penalty in their undoing on the afternoon. Boston Trader to take this corner. To a dangerous area, but Van Laar was alert off his line and able to come collected. Nico bowled over by Clay Horton here, and he's in trouble! Oh, he's in real trouble! An astonishing call from the referee. He's given a red! Well, I think the deliberation we thought was whether it would be a foul or a yellow card. The referee taking exception to the dangerous nature. The studs are high. Upon second look, it's from behind. It's a red card for Clay Horton, the first sending off of the season for the Boomers. A frustrating afternoon boils over for Clay Horton, and he's off. Wow. Well, the Boomers are relatively thin at defensive depth, so we'll have to see how they decide to cope with that in this game, and also moving forward with the suspension imminent. Now here comes Davi trying to take advantage. Back post ball hung up for Nico! Into the side netting. Just not quite happening for the Pink Nightmare today, but they are still in the lead. They get a touch on Doer. That's what the fans are saying. Good defending in the end. They did get a touch. It will be a corner. Davi sets the ball down, trying to go quickly here. Going to have another change here first, it looks like, for the Pink Nightmare. Cartier's day is done, and Majid Benyamina is coming on, second of 3 changes for the day available for the Pink Nightmare. Their rotational move in the midfield, trying to freshen things up. Davi, good ball into the area. Boston Trader heads it high. Diria comes to claim it in the traffic and did well. They're still in with a shout despite being down to 10 men. They only trail by 1 goal. Morrison looking for the second-year striker Keverton on the wing. Who's got it? Can he find a cross towards Victor Komarov? And Lahr judged it really well and wasn't to be put off by the height. Able to catch that ball. That's what the Boomers have to do, though. Try and just get one more chance from behind. Tesserich with an important interception. Windower trying to switch the focal point of this attack. Here's Turin. Friedrichs. Person on the turn. Good feet from him. And Bomarov gonna go for it and just couldn't get the shot to stay down on his weaker right foot. There's a bit of a wild effort in truth on the spin. Or probably had it covered if it's on target. And it's been a very frustrating afternoon for the Boomers, struggling to score. They have not found it easy in terms of goal scoring this season. The 2 lowest scoring teams, in fact, this season. 7 goals for the Pink Nightmare and 8 goals for the Boomers are both league worst totals. 82 minutes played on the clock. Pink Nightmare still lead courtesy of the Nasser Voigtens penalty in the first half. If there is to be another goal, it will change the game's dynamic completely. Here goes Voigtens trying to seal it for the home side. Toure to the area now, taking his time, and maybe took too much time, gave it away to Doer. Ponchikow well positioned to deal with it, though, and turns possession to the Pink Nightmare. Here's Van Genetchen. Nice nifty ball to Benyamina. Bastiens, Davi. Toure going to drive it through the traffic, and Diria with a very important touch to keep it in the balance. It was hit well by the Pink Nightmare captain. Doesn't score often. Defensive midfielder, but a well-struck ball for a corner, and some more seconds ticking off the clock here. Titans is absolutely hobbling. He's giving it his all, trying to continue in this match despite the injury. So we're going to have our final change of the day for the Pink Nightmare. And Miguel Conchacao is going to be withdrawn. And we saw Giancarlo Roca withdrawn for the Boomers. And now his brother, Charlo Juan Roca, coming on for the Pink Nightmare. Change of the day. Poor ball. Friedrichs off the arm again! It's another penalty! Oh my goodness. Two shocking mistakes from the veteran midfielder. And this was a disaster. Off his leg and then just punches the ball. It's inadvertent, but it is a handball, you have to say. And Davi is going to take this penalty. Very interesting choice. A different taker within the same game. Never seen that before. Davi from the spot. Wrong foot Diria and strokes it home. Two penalties in the same game. Davi from the spot this time. And that is game, set, match to the Pink Nightmare. Two Friedrichs frantic handballs gift the Pink Nightmare a win here in front of their home crowd. 2-0 and the game is over. Coolly done by Davi from the spot. Just picks it. Never in doubt. Davi continuing to add to his fine form in front of goal. That puts it beyond any chance. Goal number 4 of the season for Davi, top scorer. Matter of fact, he scored half of his team's goals this season. He's pinched it back here. They're hungry for more now, trying to strike while the iron's hot. Davi, still full of running at this late stage. Puts it back for Nico. Trying to go through the legs of Foster Trader, who read it and cut it out. There goes Graham Foster Trader down the line. Still trying to keep his shred of hope alive for the Boomers. It's a full length of the pitch run. It's in towards Mingo Morrison, up and away by Van Gnetchen. Excellent defending from him, trying to keep the clean sheet intact. So the Pink Nightmare are going to get their second win of the season and snap their 5-game losing streak. It's been a week of streak breaking. Lots of various inter-season records coming to an end today. Good one for the Pink Nightmare in this sense. Here goes Davi. Nicely strung in for Medjid Benyamina. Bastians can make it 3. Reverse ball. Charlo Juan Roca trying to get the rookie a goal. Unselfish play, but Bastian should have had the shot here, surely. Well, that's a decent effort. A great save from Diria, who really has played well today. It's just 2 spot kicks that he wasn't able to save. Not really much you can put blame on him for in this match. To Voitens. Boston Trader. That may just about do it for this match here. Mingo Morrison still giving chase, but we're into the final minute of the 90 and the 7 added on. Keverton through the line to Boston Trader. From Bomarov off Craner, and that should be that. The referee's whistle goes, and there it is. The Pink Nightmare snap their losing streak. A 2-0 victory. Courtesy of 2 penalties gifted to them by George Friedrichs. The Boomers lose again for the 5th time this season, and these two teams now have equal records. We'll leave you here with the full match highlights and stats. We'll be back for our final game of the week in your match of the day between the Condors and the Conductors in just a short while on the National Soccer League Network.